my beautiful loves. Welcome back to yet another pick a card reading here on the channel. If you're new, hi, my name is Adi and I will be your tarot reader today. Today's reading is going to be all about your sex appeal, okay, your sexy energy, what makes you sexy. We're going to highlight all of that sexual energy, and so that you can know what makes you so alluring and appealing in that energy, you know, because sometimes you don't know. Like, I will tell you, like, I'm just now mastering. I feel like I'm in the midst of mastering that energy, and for a long time I didn't really know what made me sexy, how to use and hone in on my sexual energy and sex appeal, until I had conversations with people, and then I started like experimenting with flirtation and stuff. So we're gonna tap into that energy right now, and figure out what is, I don't even know, we're going to magnitude your sex appeal and your sexual energy so that you can see what is, like, you know, what makes people drive them wild about you, okay? And how you can use it more, okay? And hone in on those certain things. All right, so before we get into that though, I'm really excited about this. But before we get into this, I do want to mention our Good Ritual monthly ritual box. Hello, my beautiful lovelies. Welcome to the Scorpio box. Look, y'all, I'm gonna be completely honest with you. If you are not ready for things to get real, if you are not ready for true transformation, don't use these products. Okay, because the moment that you use this Pluto oil, use the Scorpio oil, light your candle, light an incense, jump in the bath, shit is on and popping. Okay, I'm not joking. I am going through it right now. I'm just going to be completely honest, but I am grateful, truly grateful, because I'm going to come out of this much stronger, truly transformed in the ways that I have been dreaming to be. So yes, you guys, black baptism, don't play with it. Don't play with it. You guys, I set my intentions. Okay, I set my intentions, lit my candle, got my incense going, and jumped in the bath. And I asked for boundaries to be set, and they were set. Okay, everything that needed to come into the light this Scorpio season came into the light in order for boundaries, true healthy boundaries, to be set. And I really give it to this Scorpio box. The Pluto oil, everybody knows we don't fuck with Pluto. Okay, so I'm so serious, you guys. If you are looking for true transformation, to really be cleansed from your old self, old patterns that have been keeping you stagnant, if you are not looking to be really detached from what's been hindering you, do not use this Scorpio box, because, you know, when we are detaching from that type of energy, it is painful. Changing and growing is always going to be painful. But you know, Good Ritual got you guys. So check out this box. It's on sale this month. It comes with 2 magic intentional oils, a Scorpio oil, a Pluto oil. Okay. It comes with an incense that is great for deep transformation, courage, tapping into the courage to just break through, to do the shadow work. This box, if you really want to do the work, you want to do some shadow work, if you're really ready for the real shadow work, this is the box for you. And Fireborn is a great intentional incense to use while you're doing that type of work. Now, everybody knows I love a black bath. This is my favorite bath. Whenever I do spiritual bath, I love doing a black bath. If you are looking to cleanse yourself, process trauma, breakthrough, reset, okay, discover a sense of lost self, take a bath in black baptism. Okay, this shit is no joke, you guys. But again, you can pick this up at goodritualshop.com. Let me know what your guys' intentions are this Scorpio season, how your Scorpio season is playing out. But let's get to this reading. So before we get into our card selection, okay, I do want to mention the 10K giveaway. I am gifting 10 of you guys products from goodritualshop.com. So go ahead and check out the shop and go over to the 10K video and see how you can join in. on winning, having the opportunity to win something from Good Ritual. Because I'm giving away 10 things to 10 of you guys. It's a big giveaway. So go ahead and check that out if you're interested. I will be announcing the winners on November 1st of this year, 2022. So go ahead and check that out. There's still time to join. I just wanted to give you guys a good chunk of time to join and have a lot of people have an opportunity to win. Since it's such a big thing. And I probably won't be doing this for a while at least. But I am going to have a 20K giveaway. And that's with a tarot reading. So if I get to 20K or over 20K before the winter solstice, I will be gifting 10. Did I say 10? No. I think I said 7. That's still a lot. I think Spirit told me 7. So I will be gifting 7 of you guys a tarot reading. If it's by the winter solstice, we will do 2023 readings. So that's a 12-month spread. And I'm not talking about 12 cards. I'm talking about like 12 months. We're going deep into each month. Okay? But if we don't make it by the winter solstice and we still get to 20K like by mid next year or whenever that happens, I will still do a solar return reading. So this would be, which is probably more easier for me, right? But I always want to give myself so much work. But I will do solar return readings. So when I do that, you will get it on your birthday. It'll be a free reading, still a 12-month spread of going through each of that year of your birthday, but it'll be more personal. If you guys really want that more than, the other option, then we'll do that as well. Okay. Also go and follow me on social media. All my stuff is down below. Let me know what I should do about my TikTok. Should I I literally don't know what to do. My TikTok is not linked down below. It is Earth to 80. But I'm trying to figure out what to do with it. That's why it's not linked down below. But if you guys have any suggestions what I should be doing with my TikTok, like, should I put spells on there? Because that's the kind of energy that I want to get into. I want to share like spell work and ritual work and stuff like that. I've always wanted to do that, but I haven't really found the time with everything else that I'm doing. But let me know. Follow me on there. Let's be friends on Instagram though. Okay, and TikTok if you guys find me on there. If you like spicy content, follow me and subscribe to the OnlyFans. But let's get into this. We have 3 readings. We're going to do pick a bath ritual today. Okay, and this is going to give me more information about your sex appeal and your sexual energy. So we have 3 readings today. It's feeling like a me season. This is my Aries bath ritual. So this comes in the Aries box that you can still purchase. Purchase all the boxes. They're just more cheaper on pre-order, and they're cheaper on pre-order, and they're cheaper when they're on sale, like within the season. But you can get them all throughout the year. So this bath is the Aries bath. It was made with Aries energy in mind, but you can still get it. It's about like tapping into your like main character kind of energy, your season, tapping into like, shit popping off for you, self-mastery. We also have the Black Baptism. We're in Scorpio season, so this is the newest bath because I'm going through as the year. I'm trying to get all of the zodiacs done before winter solstice so that everybody can have an opportunity to buy all the stuff, all the different zodiac products. But this is the newest one that I have out right now. It's a black bath. My favorite bath rituals are always black because it's just like, it's so cleansing. And as a empath, as a tarot reader, as a psychic, it's just, I love cleansing the palette. I love cleansing the aura, and just, so I love a good black bath. And I made this, so I always make all the bath rituals in shop, because I run my shop with my best friend, soulmate sister. Okay, but yeah, this is a great bath. Let's just get into it. I'm like getting all like promoty and shit, but let's get into it. Are these all the cards that I want to use? Okay, I'm going to put the picture up. Oh, yeah. I don't know if I showed this. This is Glow Up. It's the Glow Up one. But I will put a picture on top so you guys can see what's up so we can get into these readings. Reading number 1, we have a Glow Up bath. So this is a frequency elevating bath ritual. And these are bath salts. All of these bath rituals are made with Epsom salt, sea salt, and a variety of herbs and color therapy. All right, but this bath is great for uplifting your mood, balancing out your chakras, connecting to your higher self, you know, making way to have a more positive outlook on life. It clears away negativity. It's a great bath for that as well. But it really uplifts your mood. You know, it leaves you feeling very uplifted and just feeling yourself, you know? Okay, so reading number 2. I'm sorry, you guys. I have been trying to clear my throat. Reading number 2, we have a It's Feeling Like Me season. Again, this is the Aries bath. It's a self-empowerment and courage bath ritual. It's great for new beginnings, self-growth, self-mastery, and just starting new projects, having the willpower to, you know, start those projects, and the courage, manifesting courage to help work on those new projects that are kind of scary, that will put you in that new main character kind of energy. All right. We also have a black baptism for reading number 3. This is the Scorpio bath, and it's great for renewal and rebirth and transformation. Tapping into your personal power. It's great for breaking up old patterns and cutting ties, releasing and detaching from emotional baggage. You know, it's a great reset. It's a great renew. It's to overcome obstacles. So go ahead and zone in onto the bath that resonates for you, and I will see you at your reading. Hello, number 1. Welcome to your reading. You guys are the ones that have picked this Glow Up bath. This is a I was gonna say leveling, but it could be leveling. It's like balancing out your chakras. So we're gonna talk about your sexual energy. I'm not using these cards. I'm only using these. We're gonna talk about your sexual energy, your sex appeal. Okay, so when you're really happy and just like, this is what the first thing that's coming off of this Glow Up energy for me. I feel like when you're really like happy and just like in your own energy, and you're just like really uplifted, like when you're happy, you know, have you ever been like just so happy, you're just so comfortable, and you're just like, it's not really about feeling yourself, but it's about like you're just so happy. I feel like that is when you're the most sexiest. When you're not really thinking, and that's the energy that I'm feeling, when you're not really thinking about other people and how people are perceiving you, when you're just focused on your own happiness and you're just uplifted and you're just happy on you're focused on your own happiness and pleasure, is when you're the most sexiest. And it doesn't really have to mean about like your happiness. It's just like the way you look. I think when you're really thinking about other people and how they're perceiving you, you kind of either water down or you distort how you really look in your face or how you move your body. But when you're just not even focused on that, when you're not really tapped into that negativity, those thoughts, you look so desirable. Okay, so a lot of people, when they're attracted to you, it's like when you're just like really having fun, and it's like I'm seeing myself like singing karaoke and just like in the moment you're just having fun, you know. And I'm seeing this one particular moment, but where someone was just like really feeling your energy, you know. So you might like, when you are like just shining, when you're just like, and you're not even trying to shine, you're just like having fun, you know, you're very sexy in that way. Also, I feel like when you are trying to help people uplift, you know, when you're uplifting people, that is very sexy, how nurturing you are. Okay, let me get these cards out. Your sexual energy, your sex appeal. Okay. The way that you, oh my God, okay, the way that, the things that you do with your mouth, the things that how your mouth looks, you might have like a really wide mouth, like me, like you might have like a really wide mouth, like big lips, you might have like a really fat tongue or something like that. That's really like sticking out. Things that you do with your mouth is like on point. So like, so we're talking about our sexual energy. So I'm going to be bouncing back and forth within this video, just highlighting certain things like that you could be doing in the bedroom to other people, sex, you know, sexual stuff, and also just like flirtation, or just like naturally what makes you sexy and how your sex appeal comes out. So I'm really getting a lot of like things that you do with your mouth. Your mouth is really sexy. So some people get really turned on when you're eating, I'm hearing, because I see this right here. Things that you do with your tongue, maybe you're licking people in the bedroom. You really know how to work with your mouth. And so you don't have to feel, I want to always say this throughout these readings, that when those things are highlighted, I really don't want you to feel insecure about it. And I feel that way about you. You know, I think that's like, maybe it's like when you kiss. I'm not really getting so much like things that you do in the bedroom, like giving head, oral, or something like that. It's more about like, maybe you always felt like, oh, like I need to cover my mouth, or like I don't want to, because I get like that. I feel like I have a really wide mouth. My mouth is really big. And sometimes it's like, I don't want to, when I notice it, like, dang, my mouth is so big, I get kind of insecure. So, but that's something that is really like sexy. People find that to be really sexy. And especially when you're not like really thinking about it and trying to tone it down and not open up your mouth so much, you know, or eat a certain way. Like, so I used to be really self-conscious about how I eat because I eat really fast, you know, and I remember like when I was in high school, I noticed it because I was with my boyfriend and we would get food and I would always feel like I was rushing through my food. I don't know. I just eat really fast. I'm hungry. And I used to feel really self-conscious about it. But something about how much you like food and how much you just love food and the way you eat, people really like seeing that. They like seeing your tongue. They also really love how you use your tongue in the bedroom. So like when I see men eat, I really like eating. I like seeing men eat. You know, I kind of jump from topic to topic there, but like I really like even masculine energy. I'm feeling like this. I'm feeling a very balanced energy. So masculine, the viewers are masculine and feminine. And so like people really like watching you eat and like take down a meal. People they really like that. And then they also like what you do in the bedroom with your mouth. So you really are good at oral with that tongue. And when you're doing things with your tongue and with your teeth, they really like that. Your laugh is very contagious. I'm feeling that your laugh is really sexy too. Just things that you do with your mouth is really, really sexy. So if you ever feel kind of like insecure about how you're talking, how you're moving your lips, or how you're, I don't know, you don't have to feel that way, because people are really like, they like your mouth. They really zone in on your mouth. You know, I don't know. I just see that with these two cards. You know, and then it's like, yeah, there's this future reference. So, you know, and I see this right here. There is a very peaceful kind of energy. I feel like there's a peaceful energy here. Very peaceful energy. So when you're at peace, like maybe you're reading a book. Maybe you'll be reading a book. Maybe you're working on something, and when people see you really intensely doing things, or like when you're just like completely like calm, people find you to be very attractive, very sexy. And it's like what I'm getting with you is like when you're not really thinking about, when you're just present is when you're the most sexiest, you know, and your sex appeal kinds of shine, that sexy energy that's in you, you know. Everybody has a sexual energy, but sometimes people find it hard to like tap into the sex appeal. you know, because of other things, you know, they're thinking about it. But so I feel like your sex appeal really comes out, or people find you to be very sexy when you're just really calm. But why I laugh is because there's this totally banana. So when you're completely silly, when you're really silly, people find you to be very sexy. And a lot of your sexual energy can come out when you're being very silly, you know? And I'm also seeing like I'm seeing someone I'm seeing myself attack someone. Okay, so like there's this childish kind of energy about you, and it's really sexy. It's when you're just like, and this energy is seriously when you're not really trying to be sexy, is when you are the sexiest, and your sexual energy just comes out when you're just like really being yourself. That's what I really am feeling. Your sexual energy is very dreamy. You have that energy because it's like, so like when you're just being yourself, you're very like down to earth, right? So I feel like a lot of your sex appeal comes from you just not even trying to be sexy. But I do feel that your sexual energy when you're in the bed, and we're going to tap more into the sexual energy, but when you're in the bed, it's very transformational, because we do have like your sex transforms people. So this is the kind of like when you are just like in the present moment, and it's like a tantric kind of energy that I'm feeling, like when you're just really focused on your breathing, when you're focusing on your nut. Okay, seriously, this is what I'm talking about. When you're just in the present moment and you're connecting with your person, and you're connecting to breath, and you're present, like that's what I really get to this energy. And it's not really about faking, it's not about fantasy, but we will talk about the fantasy because you have that too. But your sex appeal shines when you're also just focusing on yourself, when you're focusing on your pleasure, when you're focusing on your breath. So don't ever shy around there. It's really, I see that you go into fantasy a lot with your partners, and you can get silly, you can attack them and get crazy and have these role playing, and that's really, you know how to do that very well. But also, you know, I'm also getting it on like a side note, for it could be more pleasurable for you. Don't shy away from just like, because your partners, they love seeing you like that. Let me tell you, your partners love seeing you so enthralled in your own pleasure, and just like in the present moment, and not really caring about them. Like honestly, like this is what the gist of your reading, where your sex appeal lies, is when you are not really thinking about other people. You're just thinking about your happiness, your fun, your comfortable, being comfortable. Is when your sexy energy kind of like shines, and you can attract people that way by just focusing on yourself. But a lot of things like that, you really know how to work you know how to do oral very well. And so if you ever feel insecure, you shouldn't, because you really know what you're doing. And there's something about your eyes. So I guess like when you look up, like if you're when you're looking at someone, while you're giving them oral, that is something about your face. It's something about the calmness of your eyes, and the act of oral is very sexy to people. And it's a very, look at this. Look at, as I'm saying this, the Scarlet Woman and her eyes there. So it's like your eyes, there's something about your eyes that is very dreamy. It's also about your personality too, with this castle in the sky. I feel like you're like a dream come true. So just who you are as a person really turns people on. And so like when you're not really bothered and like worried about other people, is when a lot of that sexy energy comes. I feel like it's about relaxing. I feel like when you relax, you become really fun, and just like you being fun and flirt, like that will come out in your flirting. That will come out in like, you know, the way that you move your body when you're just like free. You know, I have to sometimes tell myself that too, like just be free. Who gives a fuck? You know, like just be free and allow your body to move. So you might have body insecurities that I'm picking up, and it like hinders you. And so when you're hindered and you're not really moving like naturally, you could be moving awkwardly or stiffly, or you're not like allowing people to really tap into that whole sexy energy that you embody. And that only comes out when you're just really completely comfortable. And so like the way you move your body is just naturally sexy. So it's about just being comfortable, right? Okay, so people, when they experience your sexual energy, it is like transformational. they don't forget you. So when you're flirting with people, that's what I'm getting. I feel like when you're flirting and when you're comfortable and you're just like being fun, like you stay in people's minds. You it's very transformational. You make people want to change. Like you make people want to step up their game in this in with sex in general. Maybe not like trying to be more sexy, but there's something about like the actual act with you, and it could be very private. Only a few people feel this way. That's what I'm really feeling. Because when people feel you, or like when the people get to experience you, it's like they don't forget you. You change them, and they want to change. They want to work on themselves. So there's something about your sexual energy that makes them, want to change. With this Scarlet Woman, I feel like, and with this totally bananas, and it's like you change when you get into the bedroom. You could be very calm. You might be very like, conservative outside of the bedroom, but when you get in the bedroom, you kind of like turn on this altered ego, which is really sexy. And what I'm hearing is like maybe you don't do it enough because you feel like maybe you're insecure about it. You're insecure when you get into these crazy moments. Like, am I insane? Am I like crazy or like too much or weird? Let your weirdness out. Let me tell you that. Let your weirdness out. I feel like maybe, just being comfortable and doing whatever the hell you want in the bedroom is sexy. Okay? So it's not about putting on an act. Okay? When you put on an act, it's not that you're not sexy, but when you don't put on an act and you're just free flowing intuitively and just comfortable and focused on your fun and your pleasure, and you're like comfortable, being comfortable, it's like you're the sexiest there, and you're able to shine. And it's like, I don't know, it's about your movement. There's more to it. So say that you get crazy and you get wild and you feel like you just want to jump on your partner and like bite their neck. It's something about how your body moves, the sounds that you make, the way your face looks, because you're all comfortable in that movement. That's the kind of example that I can say. Like when you're flirting with someone, because I get like that. I get really wild and crazy and weird sometimes. And sometimes I'm like, is that weird? Like maybe I should stop that. Why do I want to just jump on my partner and like... why do I want to jump on my partner and like attack their neck or like, choke them? But not just playing, not like really hurt them, but like I have those urges, and it's fun and it's playful. And so I feel like don't hold back from those kind of urges. Those are extremely sexy, and it's not the act in itself that is sexy. It's like the way you look, and it's because you're just completely in yourself and completely comfortable. Okay. And also don't shy away from laughing and having fun. A lot of your sex appeal comes out with you just, having fun, having pleasure, like eating. Sometimes being a curvy girl, I used to just like not want to like eat around people or like eat too much or eat too fast or like, but there's a lot of guys that love their women to eat. So like if you're a feminine and you kind of feel like me, like don't shy away from eating or bringing food into the bedroom. Like when you do that, like, oh my God, I'm seeing honey. Like I'm seeing like someone drizzle honey all over their partner and licking it off, licking it off the head and like doing things like that. I feel like you've done things like that, and it's like, and it's not the act itself. And this is what I really want to like, I really want to stress in all of these readings. It's not like the oral, right, itself. You might be very skilled at that. Yes, I feel that energy from you. But it's also just the way that you look and the way you make the sounds. Nobody can do it like you. So that's the kind of energy that I'm feeling. Okay, I'm going to tap more into this energy right now just to get more. I got my sexual deck here just to get more of a sexual thing going. Sexual energy. So I feel like people just naturally find you sexy when you're just being yourself. Like I really see you like reading a book, or maybe you're washing dishes, and it's like you're comfortable. You're just, because you're doing something regular, and people are like, you attract them. you know, by just doing regular things. And then there's like you just being yourself. Like maybe, you know, you want to be dominant or crazy in the bedroom, or just like do weird things. You know, sometimes I have weird urges to do things to my partners. And just that is also just being yourself, okay? But also just like you connecting with people on a really deep level is also very attractive and sexy. Okay, so let's tap into your sexual energy. Yeah, there's like this dominant energy here. Okay, so definitely the way when you dress, I feel like maybe like you might shy away from dressing in a certain way because of your body type, or because you feel like you have to. Because sometimes, this is what I'm gonna say, okay, this is what is coming up for me, and I'm realizing it's like coming out. Like, because I have a curvy body, I've had to learn to how to dress for my body type, right? And it's not necessarily like going against those odds, but like I've become accustomed to just wear like kind of like tight fitting clothes, or things that are comfortable, not tight, but like things that, you know, show the shape of my body. And a lot of that is like stretchy things and like things that are fitting to my body, right? But I am a really big fan of like wearing skirts. I love wearing long flowy skirts, but I don't tend to do that as much when I'm I always go for the tight fitting dress that to go out, you know, to go out on a date, to go out, you know, out onto the town and go out to eat. I always like pick those versus like when I wear the skirts, it's like I'm in mom mode, and they're still beautiful. They make me feel feminine, but there's something about that maybe you don't feel as sexy. But when you're wearing those kind of flowy dresses and flowy skirts which are really comfortable to be in, especially if you have a curvy body or a bigger body type or any type of body type, I love skirts. I just love high-waisted, long flowy skirts that are like, you know, 90s style. You know, that's what I like. It's just more comfortable for me. And it's more, I feel like there are things that you shy away from because you feel like, not that it's not accepted, but I don't know, you might have come across, but being comfortable and wearing flowy things, a lot of people like it's a mystery. You might have a very curvaceous body, you might have a big butt. That's what I'm really feeling. You have like a big butt, and a lot of people find it sexy when you're not wearing tight-fitting clothes. Like, it's sexy when you do it, but when you don't wear tight-fitting clothes, it gives like a mystery, and people like want to grab at you. It's a message for me and you, honestly, because that's just like coming out. So that's what I'm feeling. I feel like the way you dress, when you kind of like conceal certain areas of your body, people find that to be very sexy, and it's alluring. Okay, now I feel like with this Nine of Cups, I feel like the foreplay, the very emotional foreplay, when you're being very emotional with so there's the silly kind of foreplay that I was talking about, like weird. I feel like it's not even like, I don't want to say that it's like, oh, this one's flipped up too. What is this one? Okay, I know what that is. So it's like there's silly foreplay, weird foreplay. There's like the emotional foreplay though within the bedroom. Like when you talk to your partner and you're talking to them and you're telling them emotional things, it's really sexy. It's when that sex appeal kind of arises. So I'm feeling like when you're acting very emotional and like attached to your partner, it is very sexy, and a lot of that sex appeal kind of shines through. I also feel like you know how to set the mood. So I'm really feeling like there's like when you set the mood for you and your partner, I feel like there's a different vibe. Just like in the place where the ritual goes down, right? So like, I don't know, that's the kind of energy that I'm feeling. I feel like when you take time to when you put time into your partner and that time that you guys have with each other, it's really sexy. I also feel like your sex appeal, I feel like when you're just like chilling, I feel like when you take time before the act and you're like chilling and there's food and you're all ready for them to take you. But there's also this energy of like, well, we're not going to get to it right now. Like, we're going to hang out. That's really sexy. I feel like when you make people wait, you're really like alluring people. So when you're not so, okay, I'm gonna ready give it to you, come over, let's do it, we get right to it, right? But like when you set the mood, you eat dinner, you hang out, you're talking to them. Yeah, you might be dressed in lingerie, but you're just wanting to talk. I just want to put my legs on you and like cuddle with you and talk to you like for a really long time. It's like that kind of energy. I feel like the longing, the wondering if you're ever going to give it up. When you put people through that, it is the most sexiest thing to them, okay? When you are in control and when you say, okay, it's time to go, it's time to go. So when you're in complete control, people find that to be very alluring, okay? We also have the Four of Wands. So when you strip completely naked, when you finally, it's like this energy of like finally stripping completely naked, people find that to be so like, it's like a reward. It's almost like, I feel like when you tease and you don't give too much, and when you're like acting like you really don't want them, okay, we'll sit down, we'll have dinner, we'll talk, and we'll hang out, we'll watch something, and you know, you take a really long time to really give them what they want. And then when you finally give them what they want, the sex, you know, when you guys finally have it, it's like, and when you strip naked, when you're completely naked, you have such, like, you just radiate sex. So don't shy away from like revealing your whole self, you know, because of your insecurities of your body. I'm really getting this, there was this, I think it was a thread about women, specifically curvy women. So a lot of you guys are curvy, you have a belly like me, you know, you have an ass, you have big ass, you have a big ass, you have big thighs, you have meat on your body. Sometimes you can feel really insecure, you know, about showing, especially even if you have kids. Like if I had kids, my you know, I have a mommy a belly, so it's like you could feel really insecure getting completely naked, you know. I was reading this thread and it had said like, it was like guys responding to women like feeling insecure naked, you know, completely naked with them during sex. And they were kind of blown away. There was like this one guy that wrote, wow, all they can think about is how they look naked. And all we're thinking about is like, we're so grateful that they are choosing us to be naked with, you know? And so I feel like your partners really feel like that. Like, even if you feel like you have these insecurities, you're nitpicking at your body and it's not perfect, like how everybody portrays their body online, and like the celebrities and all of the body standards, these people that you get naked with, they are completely grateful and they see it as a prize and they just are so happy. Do you see this? This person is so happy and they're having so much fun. So I feel like sex with you is fun and it's like a reward. So that is your sex appeal. That is your sexual energy. It's really about just being yourself and being comfortable, and just, it's all about being comfortable and having fun and focusing on your pleasure is when you're the most sexiest and when your sex appeal shines. So I hope that helps you guys with connecting to your sexual energy. Let me know down below if you liked this video, and are you going to continue, are you going to up the hard to get kind of energy? Because I felt like it's like a strong energy when you do that, okay? Like, it drives people wild. So tell me if you're gonna up that up, you know, and play hard to get all the time. Let me know if you're gonna just like focus on your pleasure and be in the present moment and connect to your breath versus like just always trying to please somebody else. Let me know down below, and I'll see you in the next reading. Peace. Hello, number 2. Welcome to your reading. You guys are the ones that have picked this feeling like a me season Aries bath ritual. Right? I'm really liking these readings, and I'm kind of feeling like, you know, I always get I haven't eaten anything since breakfast, which is really bad. So hopefully I feel okay after these readings, but because it's like, I think it's about to be 6:30. Okay, so let me just look at this. But I'm really feeling these readings. Yeah, I'm really happy and I feel good. Usually I feel completely tired at this point. This is the very last pick a card video that I'm doing, the second reading within it. So I'm ready to eat though. Okay, so feeling like me, okay, so your sex appeal. Okay, so your sex appeal really shines when you are feeling really empowered, like when you know you that bitch. Okay, like that is when you look the sexiest, when your sex appeal shines, when you're really confident. So it's kind of like a different energy than number 1. There was just about like, you know, being yourself, being relaxed, being comfortable. Yours is like, it really shines through. Not to say that you're not sexy when you're like at ease and just calm and not really like, you know, I feel like when you're really confident, and I'm seeing Nicki Minaj in my head, her video, freaky, super freaky girl, and I watched that last night for the first time, you know, because I hadn't watched it all the way through, but I'm seeing her, and I feel like when you are like really like confident, you are really sexy. There's something about your confidence, okay? When you're just like, when you know, and it's like, it's not about acting. It's like those moments when you really just know, like, yeah, I look good. Yeah, I look like this, and this is who I am. And, you know, those are the moments where you really look like when your sex appeal shines through, okay? When you're just like sexy, you know? So when you're trying to be sexy, when you're like, okay, I'm about to tap into my sexy energy, and you're like, your confidence is like shooting through the roof, that is when you are like killing it, you know? People really see it, okay? So let's get into your sexual energy and sex appeal. Let's see, let's highlight the things that really, okay. Okay, first of all, with this is the first energy that's kind of coming out here. And this is like when you really put in work, okay? Oh my God. I'm really seeing this. Okay, I'm seeing this like conversation that I had with this person, and it was like we were talking about us having sex, you know? And he was like, what he was saying, and he's so weird because he doesn't know how to talk, but I feel like he was saying like you need to throw it back or something, right? He was saying something like that. And so this is about me doing the work, right? So he was like saying something like, oh, you need to do that, you know, you need to throw it back or something like that, you know? Is that what they say? Because I really don't know how to talk to. I don't know the lingo. We're like old people. But he was saying like, you know, throwing it back, right? And so the next time that we, you know, did it, I'm gonna tell you guys my business. Like, I'm really telling you guys my sexual business right now. But I was like throwing it back. Like he said he wanted, right? So I did it. Nigga couldn't handle it, you know? So I feel like when you put in the work, it's like really, it's almost too much for people to like handle. And I knew that shit was gonna happen. When I started throwing it back, it was just gonna be like almost over, you know? So anyways, I feel like when you put in the work sexually, and I already knew this, but I was just like, he's like, oh, you acting scared, you need to be doing it, you know? And so when I do it, you know, so you have that energy. So when you throw it back, when you put it in the work, when you know, riding that shit like a roller coaster, you know, it's a lot. it's a lot of energy. You look really good doing it, and it feels really good, and it's just like amazing, and it's like a lot, you know. And it just puts people, puts people in loops in their head, like they go over and over thinking about this stuff after, you know. It's really fun. So I'm picking up a lot of like sexual energy first off the bat, like you in bed, like when you move around, like when you switch positions, that people like to have you in a lot of different positions, and seeing you in these positions and you putting in work, it's just like a lot, you know. It's a lot of energy. It's like when your sex appeal shoots through the roof, when you really just, and you don't even like, it's not even about like, oh, you gotta put in the work, but when you start working it, you know, it's like, it's good, you know. And it's like, it's too much for people to handle, honestly. You know, they say they want it, but then they got to learn how to deal with it. You know, they got to adapt to it. Okay, so, yeah, but when you're doing a different positions, like people like seeing you very active. So when you get really active in the bedroom, it's really sexy. Your sex appeal and your sexual energy just shoots through the roof. Okay. I also feel like, this is the thing, I feel like, ooh, okay. So you might have different personalities in the bedroom. I'm picking up already. I'm just like I haven't picked up any kind of like sex appeal yet. Okay. When you pick up your sex appeal, like when people, I'm not picking up any sex appeal, but when I feel like when you're in the bedroom and you're like, there's like this like changing, there's like this changing kind of energy about you. Like you know how to switch and become like a different, like altered ego is what I'm really feeling. So like you change with this chameleon card. So like that's really hot, that you can be very like innocent, you know, be very innocent and be very mothering and nurturing, and then you turn into like a sex demon in the bedroom. It's like crazy, you know. Or you have these really soft moments where you're in the soft blue lace lingerie and you're just like, you know, very soft, and then you have other alter egos that are like crazy, you know, like crazy sexy and dom like, or you know, it might even be just the way that you're speaking. Sometimes you're just like, oh yes, you know, you're very sweet, and then sometimes you just turn into like this vixen, you know. So there's that kind of energy that I'm really feeling about you. I also feel like when you put a lot of money, and this might sound crazy, but when you not a lot of money, but I guess that's how it's registering in me. So like when you do your makeup, you might put on a new wig, or you might get your hair done, or you switch up your hair. You might buy a different somebody is calling me right now and I'm not ready. Okay. When you do your makeup, when you buy different clothes, when you dress up is what I'm really feeling. And when you doll yourself up, it might be because your confidence shoots through the roof as well during those times. And that is when you're really sexy. People find you to be really sexy when you buy, like just recently I bought some Savage Fenty. They had a sale, you know. And so it's like stuff like that. Like you buy some lingerie, or you buy some lingerie, or you know, get some new lipstick, or you do your makeup different, or you switch it up because you want to be a different person, right? Like we talked about the different egos. It's that kind of stuff, you know. So you get a different wig and you're like, maybe that's why I'm seeing Nikki, because she has all these different, was that you? Yeah, Nikki. So I'm seeing that, and that's really sexy when you put time and energy and money into yourself. So when people see you all dolled up and dressed up, and you know, they find you to be really sexy, it's probably because your confidence, people feel different, you know, when you put makeup on, when you get dressed up, when you put lingerie on, you definitely feel different. So it's that kind of energy that kind of brings your sex appeal out of you, because everybody has it, but we have to find it and bring it out of ourselves. Like for number one, it was more about just being comfortable and allowing themselves to like free flow and be a weirdo sometimes, you know. It's okay. For you, it's like, you know, what brings it out is you know, getting dolled up And I can relate to that. Sometimes like, I don't need those kind of things, but sometimes I'm like, you know, I need to put some makeup on. I need to throw this thong on, and I need to take some pictures, you know, or I need to get dressed up so I can have this moment with this person. You know, it's like, I don't know. There's things like that that change and bring the sex appeal out for you. Okay. Now we have this magic carpet ride, and let me tell you, okay, this is about riding people. So you know how to put in work. Like, you really know how you good in bed, okay? But this is particularly like riding someone, being on top, okay? Or, because I'm feeling both energies here, like, okay, so let me just, for an example, for myself, like being a bigger woman, being curvy, I've always felt like insecure sometimes being on top of someone, you know, especially because I always like skinny men, right? So I'm really attracted to them, but then I used to feel very insecure when I would get on top of them, you know? And so there's that. I feel like this is coming through to be like, you don't need to feel insecure at all when somebody's on top of you, because I've even talked to like skinny men, they might feel insecure being with a curvier woman or a bigger woman or whatever, you know, just because they're smaller. You know, they're a smaller type of man, and they feel like you need a bulkier kind of man. I don't necessarily feel like I need that, but I do feel insecure about I used to feel insecure about my body, you know, and it took me some time to get over. But this is coming in to say that you don't need to feel insecure, like you know what you're doing, and people find you to be really sexy when you climb on top. Don't be afraid to climb on top. You know what I mean? So you know what you're doing. But I used to feel like that. I used to feel like, oh my God, like, am I doing too much? Like, you know, am I going to hurt him? Am I going to like, you know, am I moving it right? Like, people know what is going on, and they can see it, and they love seeing it. They love seeing everything move and jiggle. And, you know what you're doing on top of them as well. So don't shy away from doing that type of act, because it's actually an act where people find you to be very sexy, and your sex appeal kind of like comes out, especially if you're all dolled up, right? Because that's that kind of brings that energy. It heightens the energy of sex appeal and sexual energy for you when you get dolled up in your laundry. And I know that's for me, because when I'm getting dressed up and I'm with somebody, you know, yeah, it just like adds to it. So I don't want you to shy away from that act, because hey, you're missing out if you're not riding, if you're not a rider, okay? You're missing out. And you shouldn't feel insecure if you're a dude and maybe the girls that you go for are more curvier or bigger, and you want her to hop on top and you feel kind of insecure about it. They actually like getting on top of you, and they like riding you. So you should not feel insecure about that, okay? And it's actually, they like the way you look. You look very sexy under them, and they like riding you, okay? They like having fun with you. When you're really active and in control is when you're really sexy, okay? Okay, so I feel like also what I'm feeling here is this is the one thing that's like outside of the bedroom. When you are this is more about conversation. When people hear your story, when people hear, and when you really open up on a, not a superficial level, like on a deep level, people find that to be very sexy, okay? And your sex appeal, like when you're just explaining normal things that you've gone through, that you've overcome, this is when you are the sexiest, okay? But yes, I feel like when you're just really in this energy of like, empowerment, you are very sexy. This is when it shines. Okay, that came out. Let me do it one more time. Let me shuffle a little bit better. This deck is so small. Do you see how small this deck is? But yes, I feel like when you're putting in work, when you're writing, when you're throwing it back, when you just like are really active and like, that is when people really find you to be very sexy and very, like uncontrollable too. It's like on an uncontrollable level, like they can barely handle it, okay? And it's just like you not giving a fuck and saying like, you know, I know I'm confident, I'm empowered right now, and I'm about to get up on here and ride the shit out this dick, okay? Like, they can't control it. It's, you know. So let's see more about this energy. Okay, hold on. Let me see here. So when you emotionally connect with people as well, when you emotionally connect with people, it's very, the thing is, it's like, and that's what I feel. Okay, hold on. See, it's weird. All these cards are coming in as like the bedroom cards, and these cards are coming in as like outside of the bedroom, which is kind of interesting. Okay. Okay. So when you wear clothing that is really revealing, okay, when you show off your body, which was kind of like, I don't want to say the opposite of number one, but kind of, I feel like when you show off your body, it's really it's really sexy. Your sex appeal comes off right there. And maybe that's because it changes the energy about you when you see yourself in those kind of clothing, when they're sheer, when cleavage are showing, when people can see the shape of your body. That is really sexy to others. When you are just in conversation and you're connecting on an emotional level, people find it very sexy when you're able to connect. And also because you're just such a strong figure. You're very confident, you're very strong, you really know yourself. So people kind of see that. And so when you become kind of emotional, and I don't want to say submissive, but when I get that kind of energy, when you become very submissive with people, it is very, so it's really interesting. It's like when you become submissive and you allow people to take control, maybe outside of the bedroom, it becomes very, they become very sexually aroused. They become, you look very more sexy to them when you allow people to lead. So this is more about being in your feminine energy outside of the bedroom. And it seems like when you're more masculine, sorry, someone's texting me right now. When you become more masculine in the bedroom, it's like, you know, be more masculine in the bedroom, be more active and, you know, masculine in that kind of way of like being more active and not being scared to like just get yours and like take control, writing, throwing it back, like just be more active in the bedroom. It's more sexy. And then like, I don't want to say less active, but kind of, yeah, less active, allowing the masculine to lead. And just tapping more into your into your feminine energy outside of the bedroom makes you more alluring and allows your sexiness to kind of shine through more, but still have that confidence and like empowerment. You know, you can still be very confident and powerful and be in your feminine energy, and allow you to just sit back and to receive, you know. That's the kind of energy that I'm feeling when you just like sit back and allow men to just come to you, or allow your partners to come to you. And that's what I get from this 8 of Swords 2 energy. It's like you kind of like allow yourself to be revealed and let them come and get you, right? And then when they come and get you, you go ahead and get them. You get them in the bedroom. That's what I'm feeling here. 5 of Wands. Okay, one more. Yeah, I feel like when you are just kind of connecting in a very emotional way outside of the bedroom is when you are more sexy. And I also feel like when you don't allow, this is like really weird energy. I feel like when, I don't want to say when other people are involved, but I think when other people are interested in you, it could be I'm just tapping into somebody in particular. When other people are more involved, like, or interested in you, it makes you more desirable. And that could be just a certain person that I'm tapping in. That's definitely just like a certain person that is really coming in through this reading. So when other people are looking at you, and how you get people to look at you more outside of the bedroom. So we're talking about like, you know, just being at a party, or it's not when you are just like kind of being masculine, it's when you're being more feminine and laid back and you're just like, you're there, you know, you're putting yourself on display kind of with all the things that we've mentioned with like your clothes. People find you to be more sexy, and you allure more people when you're showing your assets, versus I feel like number one, it was like the opposite, right? So when you're showing your assets, a lot of people are attracted to you. And when that happens, a certain person is more attracted to you, I want to say. Okay. But also you interacting and being a social butterfly is also very, because with this 5 of Wands, it makes me think like you're talking to a lot of people. You might be not entertaining, but like, you know, people see you that way when you're like entertaining and you're just talking. And you might be talking about yourself and your own journey, and you're just like talking about life and stuff. People find you to be very attractive and alluring, and your sex appeal kind of comes out that way when you're just like floating around the room and you're just being like this social butterfly. People like can just feel the sexual energy coming off of you. Yeah, I feel like these two men are just like kind of like taking over this, like, you know, let me show you. I feel like they're kind of being very dominant, and I'm getting like a big energy of like most of the viewers are kind of they resonate with the feminine energy. So when you tap more into your feminine energy outside of the bedroom is when you kind of draw them in, and how you keep them is when you're really masculine in the bedroom, or like that's how, I don't want to say how you keep them, but your sexual energy and your sex appeal shines when you're like throwing it back. And when you're riding, you know, just going to town, when you're a rider, you know, and I feel like you are really good at it. You're very skilled, but sometimes you can kind of feel like, oh, am I doing this right? You know, just because of your own insecurities about your body, or like, you know, maybe the person that you really like makes you feel that way. Sometimes you can really like someone and feel kind of insecure about it. But that is your reading. That is your sex appeal and your sexual energy number 2. Let me know down below. Are you gonna start writing? Are you a ride or die? Like, you don't care if you kill him, if he dies, you're just gonna write it. You know what I mean? Let me know down below, and I'll see you in the next reading. Peace. Hello, hello, number 3. Welcome to your reading. Okay, sorry. I am so ready to eat, but we want to tap into your sexual energy right now. Let me give these cards a quick shuffle. Okay. All right, so we're going to tap into your sex appeal and your sexual energy. You guys are the ones that have picked this black baptism bath. This is our Scorpio bath that's in shop this month that just came out. Okay. Okay, so this could be just somebody in particular, but I'm not really feeling that. I feel like your sex appeal, no, your sexual energy. So when people experience your sexual energy, so this could be from like making out to heavy touching to filling up on you to grabbing your butt to touching your titties to just like touching and stuff, or to flirting, like sexual flirting, talking about sex, to the actual act of sex. Okay, that kind of stuff. Just for this black baptism energy, I feel like it is like something that they haven't experienced with anybody else. A lot of people think that about you. Like when they have sex with you, actually, like when the actual act goes down, they're like, there's no going back, you know, like there's no going back. I gotta, like, a lot of people want to lock you down after having sexual relations with you. They want to lock you down. They want to what do they call it? I don't know why I can't think of it. Tie you down, you know? That's what they want. They kind of like feel like brand new. They feel like a new person after you, you know? They don't feel like the old version of themselves. They feel like they're a brand new person after experiencing like sex with you, and that's coming through like on some real stuff. So I don't know what's going on, but like let's tap into your sexual energy, your sex appeal energy number 3. Okay, see what you're doing to people. I feel like it's almost like the people feel like they're very Damn, okay. See, what did I say? What did I say? What did I say, yo? Wow. Yeah, and a lot of people fall in love with you after being with you. Okay, like again, we have this transformational card. Okay. You, with this mean and heavy energy, I'm getting a lot of energy of like what people change, what happens within them after experiencing you. Okay, you have a very like seductive kind of energy outside of the bedroom. You really know how to seduce people. You really know how to do it. You might not use it all the time, but when you tap into it, it's like so powerful. And you know what I'm talking about. I feel like right now in this moment, you're like, I need to do this more. You know, like it's a confidence kind of thing. I feel like in order to like hypnotize, because that's the kind of energy that I'm feeling, I feel like you really know how to look into people's eyes. Like I feel like when you look into people's eyes, it changes them. I don't know, it like changes them. And the way that you stare at them outside of the bedroom is very alluring, it's very seductive. So the way that you stare at people, like if you literally just stare at someone, like you might not even be trying to create that type of energy within them, but you do, you know. I also feel like this is coming in really heavy. See, you got that, like you blow people's minds away. You really like blow them away. They're just like, dang. I think it has to do with your actual vagina. Okay, if you're a woman, or your dick. Okay, because I have this card here, and this is dangerous, and I really feel like this dangerous pussy. So what I feel is like you might really know how to, you do your Kegels, you know how to grip, you are very lubricated down there, you know how to throw it down, or you're very large, and it's that kind of energy I'm also feeling. So I feel like there's a seductive energy that you have paired with that. I don't know, it's magic, you know, that's really what I'm feeling. And it's like they're changed. You have the tendency, after people have you, when they experience your sexual energy, they don't want to see you with anybody else. They're trying to tie you down, you know? I feel like I'm also hearing this could be very someone in particular, but they're just like the way that you even look or talk to another person, they be watching you. You know what I mean? Because every type of energy that you have, like when you talk to people, you might be flirting with, not flirting, but it seems like you're flirting, because the way that you talk can be very like flirtatious, even if it's not flirty. So the way that you sound, a lot of people like the way that you sound, the way that you pronounce your words and articulate things. They can be really turned on, and a lot of your sex appeal can come through how you communicate with people. That you know how to flirt very well, you know how to do it, and when you really own it and you like use it, it's dangerous, you know what I mean? And I feel like a lot of you guys are just on the verge of like noticing this and understanding it, and haven't really used it to your benefit. I don't know why I want to say it like that. It's like you haven't used it to your benefit, you haven't really like used it to control. But there are moments where you have had people under control because of how you communicate, how you talk to people, how you flirt, how you look them in the eyes, how you seduce people. And it's like there's a lot of jealousy that comes with you. Okay, it's not even just like, I feel like people really tie this energy just to like who your whole identity is. And it's like when they see you talking to other people, they might get mad. You get a lot of people that get mad even if they don't show it. They have to deal with that heavy energy of jealousy, because you are a wave of bliss. You just kind of like take them away. They get lost. You got that ocean, you know? You got that ocean. And so they get lost in your ocean, in your waves of bliss. And it's just like nobody else can have it but them. And so, especially it's like when you're very intellectual. And so when they see you having conversations also, this is a very particular, some of you guys are married, some of you guys are in relationships, some people, you know? So I'm picking up on their energy. So it's like, You could be having a conversation with someone and they're like, yeah, that's my wife, that's my boo, that's mine, you know, and they're keeping eyes on you, and they kind of get a little bit jealous because they just know your energy, and they're just like, damn, somebody has to experience it, you know, because the way you talk, the way you flirt, the way you just like talk, and you just feel, there's a very confident pile is what I'm feeling. This is a very confident pile. When you're laughing, your laugh is very sexy. So when you're just having fun and you're laughing, and you know, people like to make you laugh a lot. They just love seeing you light up. So you might get a lot of people just trying to like joke with you and play with you and stuff because they really like it. It turns them on. You look very sexy doing it. I feel like all I'm really getting, I'm gonna pull from the sexual deck, but I feel like, I don't know, these people fall in love after they're done with you. They ready to cut off everybody. They ready to cut to it. Let's get married. Okay, you mine. You know, they ain't trying to let any good pussy go to waste. They bring in like the saran wrap. You know, they might be trying to get you pregnant. They trying to preserve that, hold that on. You know, that's mine. They trying to stamp it. They try to mark their territory in different ways. You get what I'm saying? So I feel like you just change people. You kind of make them go insane after they have sex with you. And it's like, also they just see it when you're communicating with people, when you're just like doing normal things at work. Oh, you're talking to this person. That was my coworker. We were just talking about what happened on Wednesday. Like, blah, 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 blah. And it's just like, I saw you. You look like you were flirting. But it's just like the way that you communicate is very flirtatious. I don't know. It's not like you're trying to flirt with people. Okay? People don't forget you. Recall memory. These people that have had the pleasure of experiencing you, they still think about this. You could be, you know, you could be 30 something years old, and your high school people, your people in college are like thinking about the things. They still think about those days that they had you and those moments, you know? So it's like, you're unforgettable. You are really unforgettable, especially having sex. You know, I don't know. You could be very attractive. Your voice sounds, you know, there's something about your voice, the way that you talk, the way that you moan. So when you moan, and when you're really like, when your mouth is open and you're moaning, it's like crazy. People love it. It's so sexy. With this heart drop, I feel like people, your sex appeal just like literally gets them in their feelings. It literally makes their heart drop. It's just like, ugh, when they see you, when you walk in there's something about your attraction too. You're very attractive. Okay. That pairs, it's just like, it's a combination that creates this effect. Okay. This mind, your mind being blown. Okay. But yes, you're very alluring, especially when you are, I feel like your partners, when you're in the bedroom and you act very, it's even after too. I feel like after you have sex with someone, like if you lay on this person or you're like cuddling with them, it just turns them on even more that you are like this with them. So when you're very emotional and loving in a way with your people, they find it to be very sexy. So when you're very emotional and clingy is what I'm feeling. That's the energy that I'm feeling outside of the bedroom and out inside the bedroom. When you're very clingy, when you tap into like just wanting to, you know, be attached, they find that to be very sexy, and your sex appeal comes out when you're in those moments. The self-preservation is here. So you are definitely somebody that like when you're in that phase of like not just handing it out to everybody, you're like preserving yourself. Even when you're just like, you know, I don't really even feel like hanging out with you. I'm just like, I'm doing my own thing. I don't want to be around anybody. Like, I just want to be around myself. It's like people, you allure people. When you preserve yourself, when you set boundaries, people are like, no, I need it. That's my crack. You're literally creating crackheads out here. Number 3, you're creating crackheads like with your sexual energy and sex appeal. People like hate it when you stop talking to them. They hate it when you cut them off, you know, because they cut off everybody for you. And then now you cut me off and now I can't get you out of my mind. Like, yeah. Okay. You're like a drug. That's what I want to say. You are drug. You're like addicted. You're like addicting to people. And it's not even just like, there's some people that are just literally addicted to you because of your sex appeal. You know, they might have never even got a chance to even experience this magicalness that you possess between your legs. And they're still stuck on you, and they're still very much obsessed and addicted to you, and just like want to get to you. And there's a lot of people that are just so grateful to even experience any kind of like conversation, hangout, phone conversation with you. They be talking about it like, yeah, you know, you could have one conversation with someone and it was a really good conversation, and they're still thinking about that conversation, and they're still telling people about this conversation. People brag about you. You know, that's what I'm really feeling. It's like the way you communicate, the way you carry yourself. You know, you're very, you know, you're a transformational energy. And you could be just like, you know, I have a superpower video here on the channel, and it could be just like your power. You are a energy generator, shifter within people. So, and a lot of those people they carry a lot of sex appeal and sexual energy. And, it's meant to kind of like create change within them. It might not be necessarily like you're meant to have sex with these people and that's what they think and have like relationships with them, but you're meant to like change them in a type of way. You're meant to inspire them to be better, because a lot of people want to be better after experiencing you. Even just like, you know, they might be talking to you, they think they have a chance with you, and just you talking to them and them thinking that they have a chance with you in bed makes them want to be a better person. So wow, your superpower, like, you should go and watch that video. Okay. Let's tap more into your sexual energy. This is the sexual deck, so hopefully we get more of like what you do in the bedroom, because I'm just getting a lot of like your sexual energy. See? Okay. Ooh. Yeah, when you're very emotional in bed, and it's about like surrendering yourself and letting people do what they want with you. When you allow people to do what they want, when you allow people to be dominant over you, and you are when you submit, it's very sexy. It's very, your sex appeal comes out. And I think you like it. I think you enjoy being in that position and not being the dominant person, because I feel like within your life you're very dominant when it comes to like just your everyday life. I think you're a boss. I think you are you're in control of a lot of things. Okay, so when you become dominant within the bedroom, or when you become submissive within the bedroom, and it's really like, I'm just feeling like people just love like having their way with you, you know. So I don't know if that's your thing, just letting them do whatever they want, explore your body. I feel like when you allow people to kind of like just have full range of your body, it is very sexy. And that's just within your own limits. I'm not saying like you have to be some kind of sex slave or something, but it's like, I don't know, it's like a surrendering kind of energy. And yeah. Okay, so like I said, like the after, when you're just like cuddling, like people really like when you get attached to them. I feel like when you talk to people, their main focus is to get you completely like attracted and locked into only them. Okay, so like when you're very submissive, even outside the bedroom and inside the bedroom, it's very attractive to these people. It's very alluring when you submit to them, you know. This is very clingy, like always on your partner, always, your people always want that from you. They want you to be on them and all about them and very clingy. I feel like in the bedroom, when you wear lingerie, or I also feel like when you're very spontaneous is when it's when your sex appeal comes out, when you're very spontaneous. And I'm seeing a lot of like groping and grabbing and saying things in their ear, when you communicate to them outside of the bedroom that how bad you want them and you're ready for them and you want them to take you, that is the most sexiest thing. When you let them know what you want, when you let them know that you want it, you know, and allowing them to give that, be that person for you is really sexy. So that's kind of like foreplay that I'm feeling here, is when you tell them what you want, when you tell them what you want, and then you surrender yourself to them. You let them take over at that point. That's really hot to them. Okay, so when you let someone know, this is what I want, this is what I need it now, this is what I want, they really like that kind of energy when you let them know what you want. So when you communicate your sexual needs and wants, I also feel like these people are like outside, like this person looks like they just had to hop in the bush. So when you act like you cannot, like you just need it, that you really, really need it, you really, really want it, like I need it now kind of energy, when you're demanding it, when you demand that you want it now, a lot of people find that to be very sexy, and that's when your sex appeal shines, okay, when you demand for it. I also feel like there's like other people in these cards. So I feel like when you're spontaneous and maybe you're like in public, when you're spontaneous is when you, and maybe it's not in public, but maybe it's like when it's unexpected, when your person or the, you know, your person is not really expecting it, expecting you to get into this energy. It's like when you get into these energies, I'm seeing like somebody at a dinner table, you know, that classic scene in the movie when you're at the dinner table and, you know, you're filling each other from underneath the table, and they're like, okay, shit, like this person really wants it right now. That's the kind of energy that I'm feeling, is when you're the most when it's almost like, because I feel like your partners, I'm tapping into a particular person, but I feel like it's like when your partner is around all these people and everybody is also, their eyes are also on you, I feel like a lot of people look at you and a lot of people are attracted to you. So when you let your people know, I want it right now, I want you, it like turns them on. So it's like, this is, I'm turning into like the sexual energy between two people, because I feel like a lot of people that pick this, they're in relationships, they're about to be in relationships, they're married, that kind of energy. Okay, but also just being spontaneous, and I do want to say, when you bring other people into the bedroom, there's maybe you change in a different type of way, because I'm feeling that as well. I feel like it's either that, like you saying, you know, oh, let's have a threesome, or, you know, or you becoming a different person in the bedroom, or this person does not, or a lot of people, because of your sexual energy and just sex with you and your sex appeal, a lot of people compare you to other people that they've been in bed with, and it doesn't really compare to anybody. There's also that, okay, that they wouldn't want anybody else but you. That's what a lot of people feel like once they get you in bed, okay. But you just I see it like, it's like almost like you having sex with clothes on. So I don't think it's anything about your body, like you're sexy more with clothes on and not being completely naked, but it's almost like this energy, like maybe it's something that you fight. Maybe you feel like you have to have, like, I don't want to say scheduled sex, but sex has to be a certain way. And all of us, like, there's times where I like get so freaking horny within, like, in the middle of the day, you know? And so it's like those kind of energies, like, if you feel it, like, act on it. Even if it's spontaneous, I feel like that is when you are the most sexiest, you know? Like, maybe you just want it so bad and you're like quickies. That's what I'm feeling like. I also feel like when you're just like completely comfortable, and like these people are outside, so I feel like when you're just like free, so it's not necessarily when your clothes are completely off, but like when you're just like in this free kind of like free spontaneous spirit, when you're just like free and you're just acting really young, I feel like, and just free, is when you are the most sexiest. And then just like making your partner, when you're just like all about your partner's pleasure, and not to say that you shouldn't be about yours, but this is when your sexual energy kind of shines through and your sex appeal shines through. Yeah, like when you just surrender your body over to in bed and just allow your partner to do whatever they want with your body, whether that's being in, of course, within your own limits, but exploring your body, playing with toys, like just being free and open, is when your sex appeal and your sexual energy kind of just shines, you know. And on top of everything else, it's just like, you know how to talk. So when you're talking dirty in the bedroom, when you're moaning, you know, it's just crazy. So I would just say, just relax, be free and spontaneous, and if you want it, go and get it, you know. That kind of energy. Or when you vocalize, I want it now, even if you can't have sex with your partner or the person that you want to have sex with, when you vocalize that, when you say like, I want that dick, I want it, it like you, that's like it just blows people's minds. And then when they actually have sex with you, it's a whole different ballgame. So that is your sexual energy. That's really what I'm feeling mostly. Like, I'm not really getting anything else. I feel like there's a lot of travel, a lot of spontaneous kind of energy. Maybe, you know, when you're more spontaneous and wild, I feel like I'm speaking to someone that's in a relationship or in a marriage or something like that. So I feel like your partner just loves it when you're more spontaneous in the bedroom, when they're not expecting it, and when you're more vocal about it, you know. And then everything on else is just like, you know. So that's your sexual energy. That's your sex appeal. I hope it helps you kind of like zone in and can tap more into your sexual energy to, you know, elevate and make your life more fun and healthy. Let me know down below. Are you going to tell that person how bad you want it? I want it now? Are you going to tell them, number 3? Are you going to vocalize when you want it? Okay, let me know. Okay, don't be afraid. Don't be like, oh my God, what if I come off too strong? No. What if I come off too forward? No. I used to be like that. Now I just like, if I want it, I want it. Send me a picture. Send me a video. Come over right now. Okay, so don't be shy. No one's going to think you're too forward. I feel like coming from you, people are going to be like, damn, you know, like, it's like, it's an honor. It's an honor. It's an honor, number 3. So let me know down below. Are you going to let that person know how bad you want it? Okay. Are you going to, next time you see them, you ain't going to hold back and be like, hey, meet me in the bathroom. I need it right now. Meet me in the bathroom. You going to send them that text? When you out with people, your person really likes that. Let me know down below, and I will see you in the next reading. Peace.